Hey, how's it going? NBA community, NBA betters, let's go. It's another episode, NBA betting today. It's my guy knows a guy, and I'm joined by a very special guest. Jay Money is Money, my brother. Uh, if you guys don't know, this is one of the top handicappers in the world, particularly in the NBA.
Come on, man.
He's top notch, top notch. Because there's people that may not even be aware of your work, bro. Just keeping it real, and just want to welcome you to the show. And yesterday was great, actually, in the NBA. Only 3 games, but all 3 games were actually eventful. Tell the people a bit about yourself, Jay, before we just go through the schedule a little bit. Maybe talk about your show. Make sure you guys subscribe to his YouTube channel, NBA Talk with Jay, on YouTube. He goes daily, every day, talking about the NBA. Let's get it, guys. I see you guys in the chat too. Fire it up in the chat. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I wouldn't say one of the best in the world, man. I like to cap NBA. I've been doing it for about 11, 12 years now. Like you say, I've done plenty I've been working with SBR for the past 3 years. Also started my own YouTube channel. You can find it. You can just type in J Money or NBA Picks on YouTube and it should come up. NBA Talk with Jay, pretty much live every single day at 12 o'clock Eastern on YouTube, even on Saturdays and Sundays as well. I bet the NBA every day. That's how I make my living. And let's just keep it going.
100%, 100%. Yeah, I was just sending it tweet out as well to let people know that the show is on. I actually forgot to even send the tweet. Other than that, anything you that really caught your eye last night in the NBA? I know you had a successful night with the Miami Heat last night. You were all over that.
Oh shit. I needed
Smack,
that.
Smack City,
I needed
Smack
that
City.
shit. 40-point win. I started off the season 0-2, 0-3. Had the Nets, had the Raptors. Two terrible calls. I'm always transparent. Did bounce back yesterday. So when I got a 40-point win, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. But still losing record for the season. So I'm trying to get it going today. Got some plays. One play for sure that I like, and talk about this other play. Top three looks, but one official for me today, my guy. Ready whenever you are.
Okay, yeah, let's just power through it real quick, and if we'll just stop, we're gonna go express today, everyone. Let me just send this one last thing out, and we're gonna power through it right now. Today's episode is gonna be pretty short. It's a little long card, but we're gonna get straight to the picks. If you guys could take a second to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time watching, if you're watching on Twitter, head over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel for us. NBA betting today. Okay, so Jay, the first game of the day on my card, what I'm seeing right here on the book, is the Charlotte Hornets and the Cleveland Cavaliers for today. Do you have any plays in that game?
I stayed off. Rozier is supposed to play in this one. I did stay off. This is Cavs home opener. I know you liked the Cavs last game. If you liked them last game, you might have to take them today plus the points. I don't believe the Hornets are that strong, at least to start the season now. They got some new pieces. It's just a toss-up type game for me. I'm staying away.
Okay, okay. Yeah, the other day, the Cleveland Cavaliers they fought back towards the end of the game against the Grizzlies. They let me down though. Early season struggles. I don't think that they're going to be there defensively. In this game, for me, I kind of think the total is a bit too high. I'm seeing Darius Garland listed on the injury report. Yeah, my lean in this game would be under. No play for me in this
Mm-hmm.
game. But the Hornets are very impressive. They are activating Terry Rozier. A lot of times when you see a player being activated off of a nagging injury, you can see a couple of hiccups in the offense. Maybe you'll see not as a fluid offense with the Hornets today, but they'll probably get the win. No play for me in that game. Let's go on to the Pacers and the Wizards. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We're going through the schedule for tonight. It's NBA betting today. There's a bunch of games on Friday. Just want to say shout out to everyone that's watching. We appreciate you. I'm here at J Money right now. Pacers, Wizards. Let's talk about that game for a second. Interesting Wizards team, interesting Pacers team, actually. Even matchup on paper, really, but the spread's -1.5. How you feel about this game, Jay?
I like the Pacers here, man, and it's starting to go up to two a few places. Regardless, I like the Pacers here. It's a revenge spot from last year. They lost three straight times to the Wizards, where the Wizards really caught their groove. Obviously, it was a different team. They still had Moore playing, which he's hurt right now. Different coach. They had Westbrook over there with Bill. They do have somewhat a better team right now. I do think it'll take some time for them to get some continuity. I did bet against them the first day versus the Raptors. I don't necessarily think that was Wizards playing really good as opposed to the Raptors just absolutely playing terrible. got held to 83 points, gave up a boatload of points in the paint as well. They just didn't have the size to compete with the Wizards as well. The Pacers do. So we got revenge. We got playoff revenge spot from them losing to the Wizards in the play-in tournament. I believe they got smacked up by like 25 some points. Pacers have a lot better coach now. Like I say, I'm going with Pacers as well. Off that 20, they blew a 23-point lead to the Hornets, ended up losing that game by 1. I usually like to buy that team after, you know what I'm saying, they're going to come in pissed after that. And they also have the guys that can go up against Gafford and Harrell. They actually have some size over there and a point guard as well in Brogdon. And one step further, last point on this, Beal is nursing a hip contusion along with the sore knee as well. He didn't go through shoot around. He's basically getting treatment. And that kind of shows me that at the very least, if he does play, he won't be 100%. But regardless, even with 100% Beal, I like the matchup. I like the Pacers to get some revenge from last year. Pacers plus 1.5, top player of the day.
Pacers 1.5 top play of the day from J Money. That's actually a really strong look. I have the Pacers listed down on paper plus 1.5 as well. That's a very strong look. For me, I didn't actually place a bet on that game at that juncture, but I thank you for sharing. Let's power through the schedule. I know that you have a long day ahead of you as well, so we're just gonna try to get through some of these picks, and then maybe I'll take a second to slow down a bit. After you have to go. It's NBA betting today. Shout out to OG Wham in the chat, Sideshow, Joseph, Cameron, Jonelle. We see everyone. Joseph, it's NBA Friday. You guys already know Wednesdays and Fridays. It's stacked. Let's get through it, bro. Knicks Magic. No play for me on Pacers Wizards. We have Knicks Magic. Knicks had that thriller, double OT thriller. Are they going to come into this game gassed? No way, right? They're machines. A couple of injuries. I would wish that Chuma Okeke would be in this game. Elite defender for the Magic. Really young team. I don't think that they're distributing the minutes amongst their bigs correctly. I think Mo Bamba should be playing a little bit more. He does have a really high motor. How you feel about this game on paper, Jay? Knicks Magic tonight.
This is a tough game. I'll say it's not a whole lot that I'll be betting on as far as like Knicks laying 8.5 on the road. Now it's a tough game, bro. I'm not necessarily like, if I went to Knicks, I could have bet them. If I wanted them, I could have bet them at 6.5 last night. I say with public type of teams, especially going up against a weaker type team, that the line is going to get steamed. You got to kind of hop on these the day before. So if I like the Knicks, I would have bet it at 6.5 before it went up. It's up to 8.5 now. Saw it tricking down to 8 at a few spots, maybe even 7.5 now. Maybe some sharp money coming in on the Magic. Not something that I'm strong on today, my guy.
Not something you're strong on. Yeah, for me, I'm more in observational mode. I think the Magic, once they start to activate those guys that are out, Gary Harris and some of the other players that they have, the line probably won't adjust fast enough with the Magic. But you'll probably have a better betting opportunity with them at that point once they start to have their people back. But then the lines don't adjust. For me, I actually lean towards the under in this game, 213. Knicks Magic under 213. Just want to share that. Let's move on. The marquee game for me, no play on the game for me. I'm gonna watch it though because the Nets. I'm just kind of trying to see how they get out of this like dramatic situation that they're in a little bit. Nets Sixers. Anything for you in that game?
I like to look at the Nets here. I didn't bet it, but this would be one of the top 3 plays for me on the card, in my opinion, as far as like my short list. Was heavily leaning Nets. It was at -1 last night when me and you did the show. Woke up this morning up to 2.5 and 3. Obviously, some news coming about Joel Embiid being questionable. I don't think that's why the money came on the Nets. I think people are looking at, hey, Harden and KD gonna come in here pissed off. But the fact that Embiid did have his knee heavily wrapped during shoot around today does kind of show that even if he does play, he won't be at 100%. That is the 76ers main matchup mismatch as far as because like the Nets don't really have anyone to go up against Drummond and Embiid. That's where they should eat. So and as far as the 100%. Guards, the Nets should eat. KD, Harden, there's nobody really to stop them out there. I lean Nets here. I didn't bet it yet. Waiting to see what's up with Embiid. Obviously, if Embiid's in and I like the Nets, it'll come down some. So Nets are nothing for me. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no play for me on this team. I think these are 2 dysfunctional teams at the moment, but. No play for me, no lean really. I was gonna look at the props market for this game, but it's not open because of the questionable status of Joel Embiid. So you can't really play a lot of the role player props. I'm not seeing it yet. But if you can get Danny Green at 1.5 threes, I think Danny Green will hit over 1.5 threes. He stunk it up against the Pelicans, but he's gonna play more than 18 minutes probably tonight against the Nets. They'll probably lean on more of their vets. Maybe Danny Green when that market opens. Weird player, weird guy. Hey, let's keep it going. Jay said he leans Nets in that game. It'd be Nets or nothing, but no play at this juncture. Let's move on into the later games. We'll just power through these games. It's hit the like button for us, everyone. Trying to go through these games, give quality picks. Hit the like button. We appreciate everyone. Pelicans Bulls.
Fuck.
I must say, this line stuck out to me just like when they played the Pistons as one of the more suspicious lines.
Damn.
It's Bulls -6.
I got to get out of here pretty soon, man. They calling me real quick. I wanted to talk about this Suns versus Lakers game.
Yeah,
if
drop
you'd have
them
been
off
on a
with your
different
picks.
time, I'd been on a lot longer, my guys.
Yep.
Suns versus Lakers. I have a hard time. I know a lot of people like the Lakers today. I know a lot of people don't see them starting out 0-2. I do. They have time to go on some run, have some stretches of some bad teams coming up. The Suns are not a bad team. Obviously, you kind of think about the championship hangover, but the Suns are just built different. The way that they play defense, the way that they're so methodically offense, I don't see the way the Lakers be able to keep up tonight as far as them not having fluidity, continuity on offense, in my opinion. So even though the Lakers coming off a loss, they did play really good versus the Warriors in their first game. This is a different beast versus the Suns, a top-tier team in the West. I don't necessarily think the Lakers are there yet right now as far as, like I say, continuity to go up against a team like the Suns. So I know they're at the house, back-to-back games, but it's still Suns or nothing for me. That was another one. Today, Pacers are my top play. After that, it would be Suns and then Nets, my guys. I hadn't played Suns or Nets yet. Really like the Pacers, but all three of those plays, that's what I would be looking at. That's my short list for today's card, my guy.
Hey, we appreciate your time, bro. I just want to inform the people as well. We appreciate everyone. I plan on doing the show at 11 a.m. I had an appointment today. It's just one of those days. We intended on having a much longer conversation, but J Money is Money will be back on NBA betting today. He has other obligations. Check out the SBR show as well. He has another show that he's contributing to called the SBR show. It's on YouTube. SBR Sportsbook. Giving out NBA picks all day, free picks on YouTube. Check out his personal channel, J Money NBA Talk with Jay, every day at noon, and on Twitter as well. J Money is Money.
Appreciate you, my guy.
He broke us off with some picks. Recount them just quickly if you can, in a sentence if you can, for the people. What were the you said Pacers, Suns, Pacers. And Suns.
I don't know if you can hear me right now. They calling me.
I'm
So
gonna check it out in a second.
Yeah,
1 second.
Can you hear me? Oh, now you can hear me. Now I got a deal. They calling me.
Pacers,
I gotta go.
Suns.
Pacers top play. That's the only one official. After that, heavy leans to Nets, Suns. I'm trying to wait to some shit for that one. Obviously, they're later games, but Pacers is an official play plus 1.5. Heavy lean Suns, heavy lean Nets. Man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, my guy. My guys, drop them off with some shit, man. Like I say, I'll be back on here a different day, but I got to do another show right now, my guys. So
I'm probably just gonna continue now. I'm gonna stay on for a few more minutes after you go, and I
appreciate you.
We welcome you anytime. We can't wait, bro. Enjoy
appreciate you for having me on, my guy.
Go Pacers, go Suns.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Yep. You guys already know. Yeah, thanks for rocking with us right now. So I'm just gonna take a second to slow down and kind of go through the picks. I intended on being here at 11 a.m. Make sure you guys go follow J Money is Money on Twitter. And yeah, it's NBA betting today. So let me just go back through the odds. I'll pull up the odds right now and just and kind of slow down. Today's kind of a wacky time. There's so much going on today, but that's life, right? That's life. So I'm gonna pull up the odds. What's up, Sherwan, my dog? Waiting on the Cubs. I know you're waiting on the Cubs to blast off. All right, let me pull up the odds, everyone. I'll start over and just drop off some picks as well. Sometimes it's good to go. Sometimes it's good to go fast like that, just rapid fire. I was already prepared anyways, and Jay was too. Just timing is everything. Okay, so I have the odds available on sportx.bet. Make sure you take a second to visit sportx.bet, the community-owned sportsbook. It's amazing. Okay, so the Pacers game, I do lean Pacers. No play on the total for me. The Knicks and the Magic game, I lean under 213. I think it's going to be difficult for the Magic to score. And I think that Thibodeau, after that double OT game, I know it's early in the season, but it might be a game where they try to emphasize defense. I know how certain coaches think. Thibodeau tonight, even though they got the win against the Celtics, he's going to try to emphasize defense tonight. He's still thinking, look, guys, we allowed 134 points. I don't care that it took 2 OTs for that to happen, you know? So today I could see them trying to smother the Magic. It's possible they could overlook the Magic. On paper, I would normally take the Magic right here, plus 8.5. I'm going to look at that a little bit closer, but they just don't have the bodies right now. They just don't have the bodies. Cavs, Hornets, I lean under in that game. Might look at Gordon Hayward. No, not Gordon Hayward. Jared Allen's points total. It's suspiciously low. He dropped 25 against the Grizzlies, but we know the Grizzlies did not have Valanciunas, you know, who's usually like a black hole in the paint. Jaren Jackson is more, he's powerful as well, but, you know, it's more finesse. Steven Adams was out there doing his thing, but, you know, I feel like Jared Allen took off against the Grizzlies the other night when Valanciunas was, you know, he's no longer a part of the Grizzlies. Now, you know, tonight, you know, Mason Plumlee's not the worst big in the league, but I think he's going to battle with Jared Allen tonight. I'm not sure. He's not 25 points. 20 points, that's out the window tonight for Jared Allen. I don't know. If the Hornets, if they key in on him, what would you do? What would you do as a coach? But he's trying to prove, Jared Allen is actually trying to prove that he's worth $100 million. If you guys don't know, I was critical of that contract. So that's the backstory there. The Nets and the Sixers, no play for me in this game. I'm just going to watch this game. I got burnt with the Nets at the beginning of the season against the Bucks. Once again, disrespecting the Bucks for no apparent reason. And I'm not going to take the Nets in this situation, even though it would make sense for them to look better offensively. You know, a lot of the things that the Bucks were able to attack on the Nets defense from the postseason carried over into that opening season game, particularly in the paint. You know, Embiid is also a wrecking ball in the paint. But maybe look at the over in this game if you really want to have something involved in that game. Maybe Danny Green to hit over 1.5 threes. And maybe the over in the game. But I'm not going to play anything in the Nets Sixers game. Hit the like button if you guys can while you're here. I'm going to get out of here. Just power through this. Bulls, Pelicans also. I'm just going to observe. I hope everyone cashes. I hope everyone cashes with the Bulls. I know everyone's going to take the Bulls once again. They should cover on the Pelicans. Basketball-wise, this spread is wrong, -6. But for that reason, I'm going to stay on the sidelines. Makes no sense, right? And then maybe look at some Bulls props over, though. Their offense was a bit sluggish, you know. It's going to take time for them to figure out how to distribute the offense. I actually just looked at the list. I like Lonzo Ball over 5.5 assists tonight. It's +110. Lonzo Ball over 5.5 assists. No play for me in the Rockets Thunder game. You know, that game is just only it's for the fan bases. Maybe the over in the Thunder and the Rockets. Let me pull up something for a second because I want to see if it updated about this Suns Lakers game. A lot of lopsided matchups today, in my opinion. Who you guys think is going to win between the Suns and the Lakers tonight in the chat? Jay Money says Suns, man. The Suns made me a lot of money last year. They're 1-point dogs. I mean, for the Lakers to win tonight, it would just have to be a dramatic reversal of the previous game. A dramatic reversal, like the way they ended the game, defensively even. I'm just looking at the props for this game. There's one that I like, actually. Oh, yeah, it's 2.5. Most books allow you to adjust 3-point props. I would play Jay Crowder over 1.5 3-pointers. It's probably in the range of like -120 to -130 because over 2.5 is +145. I think Jay Crowder will go over the 1.5. Maybe put half a unit on the over 2.5. You know, Jay Crowder, I think, you know, he's not going to shoot as poorly as he did against the Nuggets, which was really weird to me. Let me, so yeah, I'm going to actually go even deeper on the card. I want you guys to join me on Twitter Spaces later today. Twitter Spaces is an interactive audio feature, opening rooms around 6:30 p.m. Eastern. You can come by, hear some last-minute information, injury reports, all of that. Things might change later as opposed to right now. But I mean, I'll be honest. I like the Magic and the Knicks under 213. I like Lonzo Ball over 5.5 assists at plus 110. And I like Jay Crowder over 1.5 threes. If you juice it. And actually, while we're here, let me juice it. Let me see what the exact number is. Let me see what the exact number is, and then we'll get out of here. If you guys can hit the like button, subscribe. If you're watching on Twitter, take a second to come to YouTube. Help the channel get to 2K subs, and just look forward to more NBA betting content as we go forward. We're going to get more and more confident. Yesterday I had more plays than today, but the schedule just happens to be like that sometimes. I'll fire off live bets anytime. Make sure you're following me on Twitter at MyGuyKnowsAGuy. Visit sportx.bet and follow SportX Project as well. And NBA Betting Today on Twitter, obviously, the Twitter handle. Doing a lot of retweets on there as well. Relevant NBA information from the beat writers, all that stuff, injury stuff, highlights. Talk about the picks from the show. We're going to have a lot of people coming on the show in the future. A lot of people are coming on the show. Fun times are ahead. More money for everyone. Let's check out what this Jay Crowder prop is. Let me hear what your favorite bet is in the chat, though. Crowder props juiced? Cam said the Crowder props juiced. Also, I didn't take a second to brag. We went right into the picks about yesterday. Gotta brag about yesterday on the show. If you guys were watching yesterday and you played most of the props, you cashed like 90% of them, except for the Chris Middleton stuff. Yesterday was great with the Hawks, spot on. Some stuff with the Warriors. Steph Curry, shout out to Steph Curry. Man, Steph Curry's looking crazy right now. And yeah, as I told you before, I'm going to be becoming more familiar with the 3-point props as we go forward. Delivering more of those props. I tweeted before the season, I'm going to play more props than I've ever played before this season. So, Cam, what's the Jay Crowder prop? I'm pulling it up right now. I think the Suns win that game too, bro. It's tough with how the Lakers were embarrassed at home. It's tough to imagine the Lakers losing twice at home at Staples Center. But it's high pressure tonight there's a lot of pressure tonight on the Nets and the Lakers. I know it's early. I know they have superstar rosters and they have major championship aspirations, and people who stand for their fan bases are going to say that I'm crazy for saying that, but they don't want to start the season 0-2. There are some competitive teams in the NBA this year. You guys want to see what the Hawks are doing? I might sprinkle them plus 3,500 to win it all. Tell me I'm crazy. People say it's too early. It's too early. Man, that team's dangerous. Some contrarian props. Some contrarian props that I like for today. Jarrett Allen under 12.5 points. It's probably plus money. And Evan Fournier under 14.5 points. He dropped 32 in the Knicks opener. 14.5. I still consider him to be an average offensive player, in my opinion. I know his stock has risen since the Olympics. It's just a suspicious number, okay? I'm not the most confident in that one like I am with the Lonzo Ball one, but I think Lonzo Ball is going to hit the 5.5 assists today. Sean said it's way too early. Yep. We're doing another giveaway. I'm going to tweet out another giveaway for tomorrow's show on the NBA Today Twitter page today, okay? I didn't have enough time to think about it. We're going to do another giveaway on tomorrow's show. Make sure you're following NBA Betting Today on Twitter, and we'll do another giveaway for tomorrow. Akbar said he's like 1.5 is minus 250. Okay, that takes it out of play. I still like the 2.5, though. He says Alonzo Ball revenge game. I can see that. That's definitely a part of the calculation. Sean said it's way too early. Sean said, my guy knows a guy. Slow down. It's too early. You're bashing the Nets and the Lakers. It's October. Slow down. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a half unit on Jay Crowder over 2.5 threes made. Ball 4 assists the other night. Tonight he's going for 7+ tonight, but I'm taking him over 5.5. Him and Vucevic, they get rolling today. They get rolling against a weak in defense on the Pelicans. Also, I do want to say as well, I think that the Pelicans-Bulls game will go over. I think they've gone over the last 5 meetings. The Bulls roster is heavily improved. dramatically improved. I think this has the ingredients of the Bulls team looking more like the Bulls team that everyone envisioned before the Pistons game offensively. Their defense came to play. They clamped down against the Pistons, but we know the Pistons are an inefficient offense. So are the Pelicans. They don't have Zion. I can see them trying to run and gun and lean on Brandon Ingram tonight. I like the Bulls and the Pelicans over 221. I like Lonzo Ball over 5.5 assists. I like the Knicks and the Magic under 213. What else? I'm gonna add some stuff on Twitter, probably for Spaces. I'm gonna get back in the lab. Tomorrow's another fresh card. I have a college football picks video coming out later, a short video on the channel for those who like to bet on college football. Soccer's going great right now. I posted a soccer pick on Twitter. I took Sampdoria money line, just sprinkling that out there for the people. And yeah, another giveaway tomorrow. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I'm out of here. I listed the picks. It's My Guy Knows a Guy. It's NBA betting today. And make sure you turn the notification bell on NBA betting today on Twitter. Things are about to get even more exciting. Other than that, come by on Twitter Spaces later at 6:30 p.m. Eastern and share your plays. Share what you like. I'd love to listen. I'm out.